Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. Now, in this one, we're going to be looking at the QMK firmware for this Ploody Adept TrackBall. So, if we were to head over into the firmware here, they don't really have anything, but it should be in the official QMK repos. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fork. Oops, wrong thing. Fuck it. Yeah, so I'm going to use my fork of QMK, and I'm just going to see if it's here. So I updated this thing with master already. So if we were to go into keyboards, I think it's Plupico. Yeah, Plupico. And then they have probably trackball. Well, we'll just open up this whole thing inside here. All right. Huh, interesting. So I expected them to have kind of, kind of like a bit of a better format than this. Yeah, I was expecting to see like the Adept trackball and stuff like that, but they have a lot of weird custom stuff. All right. Let's see. If we can find them. Something here. Okay, so the format that they're releasing is Rev 101. So let's see. Okay, so this is definitely not R1 because R1 is meant to be RP 2040. Huh, strange. Maybe it's in mouse. Let's see. Actually, if we search for RP 2040, okay, so it's inside here. Okay, so here it is. All right. So what they do is they call the adept. They call them Madromis for some reason. Oh yeah, fuck! I should have seen it here. It like literally tells you here. I'm just an idiot, or whatever. We got it eventually. Let's see what they say in the README. So yeah, we can probably just close this thing. Well, not close it, but sort of minimize it for now. Right, so building firmware. So it should just be as easy as, yeah, there it is. Right. Okay. So yeah, actually, if we go here, Rev 101, Rev 101. So they only have one key map. which is fine. Right, so yeah, it goes like KC button 4. So goes at the top. So yeah, the first 4 are at the top, so we can actually actually going to create a new key map here. Well, before I do that, I'm going to create a different branch. So we're going to do git branch, and then I'm going to do my usual kind of name, which I just do like my GitHub username, and then we'll go with Ploody Adept. So this way it's kind of easier to keep my changes my own, pretty much. So yeah, and if we do git checkout, or Ploody Adept. All right, so now we're in our own little branch. So I'm actually going to go into keyboards, Loopyco, and then Madrumbus, whatever the fuck this thing is called. And so here inside the key maps, we're going to make another one. So we're going to do CPR key maps default, and we're going to do key maps. Then we'll just do I don't know, layered or something like that. So yeah, this will be our own kind of stuff that we're gonna do. So inside here now, you should see layered. Actually, how does this come into play, I wonder? This config.h, or okay, cool. Unusable pins, okay. It's pretty cool that they said that. All right, so this is how they configure the sensor, which is fairly straightforward. So inside here, interesting. I don't know why they did NK rollover. Kind of weird for for this thing, but it is what it is. Dynamic. Oh yeah, this is for a VIA, so you can set up to 8 layers dynamically, but that's fine. All right, so in R1, I'm gonna kind of space this out a little bit better, so that it kind of looks better. So these are the first kind of 4 buttons. Then it's these kind of buttons here. So yeah, that should be a little bit nicer to look at, I think. Yeah. All right. So anyway, first we should try to compile this. Now, for compiling these shits, I usually have my own kind of thing. So if I were to go into one of my keyboards, somewhere like my Dactyl keyboard, for example, we're going to keyboards. Then if I were to search for, come on, fuck's sake. There we go. Get inside here. Go into key maps here. So what I usually have is, in here I have like a flashing command. So yeah, something like this. So I'm actually just gonna open another shell here. Oh shit. All right. And we will try run some similar command like this. So the KB in our case is going to be, it's going to be Plupico. And I think you can do something like this. And the key map is going to be, where is it? Key map. Yeah, we'll do the layered one. So that should compile maybe. man. Layered and what else? So yeah, the bootloader. Oh no, we don't need that one. I don't think so. If we run this, it should build it in theory. And yeah, so yeah, it looks like it built it just fine. So that's good. So I'm gonna, yeah, do you know what? Let's flash it. So to flash this thing, it basically comes up inside your file manager. So it should show up here in a second. But to do it, what you need to do is you need to hold down some fucking button. Click and hold. Right. There should be like a better kind of readme somewhere here. Maybe not, but what I think it is there should be like some kind of feature here. Might be in here. Yeah, so it'll be like the boot magic, but I don't really see it being set in your default folder, alright. Okay, so they have a lot of like custom functionality for the drag scrolling, which is interesting. Let's see here. Okay, so they have like their own kind of key codes here as well. It's pretty cool. And all right, so you can set your own kind of DPI options. Let's actually view this as a this kind of thing. So if I can just drag this over here. Yeah, they don't really tell you how to actually put it into the bootloader mode, but I'm pretty sure it's this thing here. So now I have been modding the Ploody Adept a little bit. So you should see I raised the keys here. These are just stuck on with double-sided tape. Just makes it easier to get to. I'll probably do like another video on the mods because I also have like this thing and a wrist rest as well for it. But anyway, to put it into, Jesus, the ball fell off. Anyway, to put it into bootloader mode, I think what you need to do is you need to hold this button down, or maybe this one, I'm not sure, we'll try both. And it should show up on in the file manager. Yeah, there it is. So you can see it in the file manager there. So basically just hold this thing down for it to boot. Now I'm gonna need to use my other mouse, my other trackball, to actually fucking mount it. So what you can do is mount this thing and it should flash straight away and it should disable itself. Then we should be working like as usual. Then this thing might pop up here, but that's fine. So yeah, this still works just fine. Although it is kind of working a different way. All right. Yeah, it's scrolling backwards, if you know what I mean. So if I'm like pointing it, okay, it kind of fucking died now for some reason. Why did that happen now? Okay, there we go. Don't know what happened there, but anyway. Yeah, so I need to like scroll this thing down for it to go up, which is not really what I want. So let's see if we can change that somewhere here. Okay, so we have this thing. drag scroll invert. So if we were to copy this thing, and inside here, I believe we are able to have our own config.json, or maybe not. Pointing device invert. Yeah, let's try creating config.h here as well. And then let's put this inside here. So that should invert the drag scroll. Let's see if that worked. So let's do that. And I suppose while that's running, we can prepare this thing to go into the bootloader mode. So just keep on holding it down. All right, there we go, popped up. So now we just need to mount it. Oh, wrong one. Come on, bastard. Okay, there we go. Should reboot it now. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, good. So now we have the drag scroll in the proper direction. So yeah, the config here works. I'm actually just going to disable my camera, and I'm just gonna plug this back into where it was before, because it'll be kind of easier for me to work with it. Or maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it does take a while to put it into the stand, but once it's in, should be all good. All right. So let's get rid of this thing here. Okay. So let's make some second layers. How I usually do this is I usually do like a define kind of layer somewhere around here. So if I were to go into my own kind of firmware, I'm going to be referencing this a lot because yeah, it's just easier. Oh, wait a second. What is going on here? Huh. Okay, so the drag scroll is actually locking itself, which isn't what I wanted. Okay. So, yeah, this is what we want. Let's do that. So this just makes it into, yeah, rather than a toggle. So by default, it's a toggle for some reason. So it looks like the firmware that they ship by default with this trackpad or trackball is actually different than what they have on GitHub for some reason, which is very strange. But yeah, I mean, I guess you just have to kind of go through these settings. See, another thing here is set the horizontal divider, vertical horizontal divider. What does that mean? Let's actually search this up on here. Let's see if there's anything here. Mode change the setting to make it a bit faster and mimic the speed. Okay, so it's meant to change. It's meant to change something anyway. So, yeah, I guess we can fucking try that. Try both of these actually. So let's throw them into the config. And oh wait, wrong one. Wait, what was the other one? Oh yeah, V and H. Okay, well. And H. So, first thing, what I'm gonna do though is I'm actually just gonna create a new layer. And for this button, so the first one's fine. Yeah, the second button, I'm gonna make this into its own kind of layer key. So how you do that is just gonna reference my thing here. So it's actually LT. Okay, cool. So, and then you can, yeah, so this is how I do the stuff. So it will be LT. Wait, does the layer come first or does it come second? Okay, so layer comes first, then the key, gotcha. Okay, so we need to do a bit of define. So define layer main 0, define layer settings, I'm gonna call it. It's gonna be 1. So this is gonna be layer main, and we are going to go into layer settings. Now, why the fuck did it delete it? Layer settings, there we go. Okay. So in layer settings, it's gonna be mostly blank. So okay, so here I believe it is this. Actually, I'm just gonna copy it from here. I should have some. Yeah, there we go. I have some. So this just means the keys like not defined, basically. Because I don't want to set it to anything right now. I just want to make sure that this shit works. Actually, yeah, to kind of test it, since I'll be pressing this button, then to test it, I'm gonna set this to KCA. So just to test if it comes up. Now, another thing, what I want to do is I want to be able to reboot it. So this is going to be QK boot, I think. So this just makes it easier to reboot. Oh, Jesus. If I were to search QK boot. Yeah, that's what it is. So this will put it into a bootloader a little bit easier. And I'm going to put this on the last key here. Because why not? What the fuck? Why didn't you copy it? Okay, whatever. QK boot. So that should do the job. Let's give that a compile and see how it goes. Okay, so it looks like it's compiling okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and connect it. Okay, connected just fine. Then I am going to mount it. Okay. So it all looks fine. Yeah, it's no longer a hold, it's a momentary switch. And if I were to go into the second layer, so I'm actually gonna bring out the camera again for this one to kind of show you guys what I mean by second layer. So yeah. Oh shit, the cable fell off. God damn it. Okay, well anyway. So here we have the trackpad. You should see it moving here on the screen. So second layer is if I hold down this button, it will now go into the second layer. And if I press this, as you can see, it outputs A on the terminal window there. So that's good. Now the QK boot command is handy because look at this. All I need to do now is just hold this, press this, and it should boot into QMK now. And there we go. You can see the Pi RPI2 thing appeared there again. So that's exactly what I wanted. This just makes it easier. So that I don't need to unplug the fucking thing. And then, yeah, it's just like a bit of a pain. And actually right now, because I unplugged the thing, my cable fell through my table. And so I need to fucking find it now. So I'll be back in a bit. All right, now I'm back. We'll no longer need to unplug it. And I suppose now that you guys know what the layers are, show you how they work, you don't really need to see the camera anymore. So, next thing, what I like to do is I like to output this command from the actual trackpad. Because for example, on my keyboard, if I do something like this, as you can see, it will output its flash command and it will actually output which keyboard it is. So this is quite handy so that I don't need to remember this big ass fucking command. So I want to do the same thing here. And how we're going to achieve that is by using in QMK what's known as macros, I believe. So it's stuff like this basically. However, my config here is a little bit complicated, to say the least. So yeah, here we go, custom key codes. That's kind of how we use it. But since the Ploopy is kind of, you know, it's a simple thing, I'm gonna try and keep everything in one file. So the best way to do this, just go into QMK macros or something, and then just follow along here. Right, key map that, no, I don't want, I need it to be, yes, like this, excellent. QMK best equals, okay. Yeah, so this is exactly what we need to do stuff. So we need this thing, custom key codes, for some reason. So we'll put that here at the top, like so. And here I'm actually going to change this to compile, basically, because this is going to be the compile command. I am going to shove it into here, because that's literally what you do. Inside you see your key maps, you can just shove whatever you named here. And safe range, what that means is whatever kind of next value for the key codes. Because so like, for example, KCA, the key code for this, I think it's like 97 or something like that. So if we do HID key code A, yeah, so it's scan codes. Okay, so key A is actually just 4, so that's great. Yeah, but anyway, once all of these finish, so as you can see, they go up by a lot, like there's whatever. So once they finish with like F, B or whatever, this safe range is going to be the next thing after this number. So that's kind of what that means, all right? So anyway, next what you want to do is just want to copy this whole thing. And I am going to put it here underneath the key codes, since that's just kind of easier. It doesn't really matter where you stick these as long as kind of your defines are at the top. But yeah, here it's going to be compile. And yeah, so yeah, when we release, we don't want to do anything, so just do that. And for this thing, what we want to do is just copy all of this shit, like so. All right, and here we go. So yeah, now we should print this whole thing. So yeah, let's yeah, this switch thing looks a little bit weird. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, I'm not sure if I need to enable macros or anything for this, or it might be kind of default. Yeah, I think it's just default, so fuck it. Let's compile that, and then I'll use the shortcuts to boot into this thing. So mount this thing. Right, so now we are back, and if I were to, there we go. So as you can see, it typed it out perfectly fine. So now I don't need to remember this huge fucking command. Right. So yeah, that's one thing done. Now the next thing is I want to take a look at these DPI's things. So this is just to change the pointer speed. There's actually stuff here. Ploopy, oh shit, hang on. Ploopy ignore scroll click. Ignores scroll wheel if it is pressed down. What the fuck does that mean? No idea. Number of milliseconds between scroll events. Floopy scroll bounce. Time to ignore scroll events after pressing the scroll wheel. I think this is for something else, for some other things, but I'm pretty sure this works for all of them. So the DPI config macro will cycle through the values in array each time you hit it, and it stores this, and it stores so it will load next time. Okay, that's kind of not what I want really. So let's see if there is anything we can steal from here. Okay. Okay, so here's the cycle DPI. Okay. Pointing device set CPI keyboard okay. So I'm pretty sure we can steal this function here. Pointing the, let's see, is there like a define for this function? Not really. Huh, okay. Well, I am pretty sure what we can do is I'm gonna steal this fucking function and I'm going to put it inside one of these things here in a little bit. So we need another thing. We need DPI slow. Let's do that. Actually, let's do it with like, you know, the actual fucking numbers. So this sensor goes up to like 12,000. So just for the shits and giggles, let's do 800. So this will be, shit, I actually forgot how you set this. Let's go back into the macros. Okay, so they don't have an example where it's like multiple macros, but I am pretty sure I have an example here. Okay, oh yeah, so yeah, you literally don't need to. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's all you need to do. We will also do DPI, I don't know, let's go like 1200, and that should be fine, I think. So in this case, what we want to do is we want to change this thing to be DPI 800. So this will be kind of the slow one on the, you know, the top button. And then this will be the fast one. And let's see how that works. So in this case, what we want to do is we want to do another case. So this will be DPI, DPI 800. And we could just use the same kind of thing here. Then don't forget your break. And then inside here, I am pretty sure I can just do 800. I am fairly certain. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we can find it in here. No, maybe not. Yeah, let's actually do a search for pointing set DPI because I want to see what kind of data type it takes in. So Okay, this is... Okay, so this is probably a QMK function. So QMK. Okay, so can we find it in here? Okay, we actually can. So it is a unit 16. Okay, cool. So we can actually just call these fucking functions directly. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Oh, nice. So they actually have drag scroll by default. Interesting. Interesting. That is very fucking interesting. So this is a basic function of QMK, and Ploody, they just created their own one, I suppose. Let's see what the heck they actually did. So let's go over here. Toggle drag scroll, his drag scroll. So where did they use this thing? Nowhere. What the fuck? Is drag scroll? Oh wait, I'm an idiot. I pasted a lot of shit in here. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so toggle drag scroll. Okay, so here we go. So yeah, that looks very similar to what QMK here does. So yeah, interesting, very fucking interesting. Um, cool shit. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was checking what kind of variables are allowed, but yeah, this should be fine. And then if we do the same thing, so for the 1200, then we can just do 1200, because although like the toggle is pretty cool, you know, it's pretty cool. I don't like how they save it to memory. Yeah, I don't like this, because this thing, this is the EEPROM, right? There is actually a limited number of reads and writes available to the EEPROM. So for my keyboard, I'm also using the exact same controller, the RP2040. So there's actually two RP2040s in each half. So just in case you missed that, I have like a split keyboard, and there's like an RP2040 here, RP2040 here as well. So they communicate over just like one wire. But anyway, I try to avoid using any functions that write to the EEPROM, because if you write too much to the EEPROM, it will actually fucking die. So then you'll have to replace the controller. And yeah, so just try to avoid that. But I understand why they have it, because, you know, I actually don't know, whatever. I guess it just makes it easier for something, I don't know, whatever. So we can actually, there's like a function that runs when the keyboard boots up. Yeah, so if we go into QMK, function that runs when keyboard boots up. Right. No, there's like, yeah, keyboard initialization code. There we go. Happens at the end of from start. Yeah, here it is. Keyboard post init. There we go. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we can just run that. I'm pretty sure I have something like that here as well. So if I go into one of these, okay, it's not the leader key. Maybe it's the macros. No, process key. No, combos maybe. Combo event. No. I swear to God, I thought I had it somewhere. Might have been here, actually. Yeah, there it is. Keyboard post-it user. I think that's the one that I copied, right? So yeah, if we were to just go back to our key map. Yeah, keyboard post-it user. Yeah, that's exactly what I have. So yeah. Wait, I lost it now. Fuck's sake. Yeah, it was in here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Cool. So yeah, what we can do here is we can copy this function, right? So this runs when the firmware kind of like boots up, more or less. And we can set this to like the lowest value here as well. Because I'm not sure what the firmware uses by default. We can probably find out from the config actually. Maybe not that config, but this config. Yeah, whatever default is. It might actually be the default. Yeah, pointing device set CPI. Yeah. Okay, let's just kind of read through. Oh, you can have multiple sensors. Interesting. Pointing device init user. Huh. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter for us. Geez, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Holy hell. Actually could be inside here somewhere. No. I'm actually going to disable this NKRO. Fucking, we don't need it. Right, okay. Oh shit, I probably shouldn't have did that here. Yeah, do you know what? Fuck it. We'll leave it on. Doesn't matter too much. It's not really using a lot of space anyway. Yeah. So as you can see, the firmware size is like fairly fucking small. So yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's try and compile this and see how it works. If it actually works. All right, seems to be fine. So let me boot it up. Mount this shit. All right. Oh well, 800's fast. What the fuck? Or maybe it didn't save. So then if we go to 1200. I don't actually feel a difference. Interesting. Okay, let's set this to, what is the maximum this thing can do? So it actually says it on the Ploody kind of website. I forgot. Ploody Adept. And if I were to search for DPI, okay, so it goes up to 12,000. Okay, so that means we can probably do 12,000 for this thing. Let's see if there's any difference, and I'm gonna decrease this to like 200. Let's see if there's any difference here now, or if I need to actually use something else. So come on, this thing does take a lot longer to boot than my keyboard though, which is weird. Okay, I do notice a difference with 200. So yeah, it's a lot slower now than if I were to do 12,000. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, there is a big difference. Okay, cool, so that actually works. So yeah. I don't know if I want to show you this, guys. Well, sure, we might as well. So let me bring back the camera here. All right, so check this out. So see how far I need to move this trackball. All right, you see that? Yeah, that's no good. So then if we were to do the fast one, see, I'm barely moving my finger and it's already like at the top of the screen. Then here I need to like move, you know, a lot. So that's pretty cool. One thing we can do is we can write a function. Do you know what? We can fucking write a function. I just fucking thought about this. Check this out. So first of all, I'm gonna set this to 400 because that's kind of where I think it's the best for me anyway. But we're gonna write some fucking sick functions in a second here. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the fucking power of QMK, right? Let me get rid of this thing. Okay, so yeah, what I did was I just set this back to 400 since it's a bit more usable. It's kind of like good as the default. So check this out. What we want to do is, yeah, I kind of forgot what data type this is. Pointing device. Okay, so it's uint16t, right? So check this out. So we're going to create a uint6t. This is going to be called a custom DPI, right? And we are going to initialize it to, say, 400 by default. So here, we're actually going to add some more macros. So yeah, I'm going to change this to DPI up, this to DPI down. And so this will be DPI up. This will be DPI down. And then we're going to do a Jesus. We're going to do this thing, and then we're going to do a step size. And the step size we're going to do is 100. I think that should probably be all right. Or we can do 200 step size, yeah. And then here we will do another macro. We are going to do DPI for default or something, yes, but we'll just call it 400 because that's default. So we're gonna put this here, DPI 400, because that's kind of the good default for me. It feels, you know, pretty good. Right, so here for DPI 400, we are just going to set this to 400 exactly. And this will be, yeah, this can just fucking stay at 400, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. But anyway, next one is we'll need to do DPI up. And then we will also need to do DPI down to handle the other two cases. So now everything is here handled. Now you don't want to do anything here, right? This is because to get into this layer, you're actually holding down this key, so you can't like do anything with it anyway. So just fucking ignore it. And so here for DPI up, what we're gonna do is we are going to do something fucking cool, which is we're gonna create our own fucking function. So yeah, we're gonna do, it's gonna return this thing. So yeah, it's gonna return this thing, and it's gonna be called manage DPI, something, yeah, something like that. And then we're gonna do a boolean, which is gonna be up or down. So here, in this case, we are going to do, actually this is going to return nothing, because technically it doesn't need to. And so yeah, there's no kind of point. So, right. So here, what we're going to do is we're just going to call manage DPI function, but we're going to call it with true, since we are going up in this case. True should be valid. I think it's just this editor is kind of, not the best. But anyway, then here will be false. Like so. So we also want another thing here. We want something called minimum DPI. Minimum DPI. And then the maximum DPI, we also need that. Oh shit. Max DPI. Now in C, I think there's a way to make these things constant. I don't remember. C constant. Is that an actual thing? Yeah, constants in C. Okay. Jesus. Yeah, are like read-only valuable. Yeah, because we don't want to be able to change these. So yeah, we will do, yeah, these are all read-only, basically. I hope that works, I'm not sure. All right, so anyway, what we want to do here is we want to get the current DPI, which is our custom DPI, and what we want to do is custom DPI is going to be equal custom DPI, and actually it's going to be like this. If up is true, then we're going to do custom DPI plus step size. Otherwise, we're going to do custom DPI minus step size. So yeah, so if we are going in the up direction, the custom DPI is going to be increased by the step size. Otherwise, it's going to be decreased. Now we need to check for safeties. So if custom DPI is less than minimum DPI, what we want to do is set custom DPI to minimum DPI. So yeah, the minimum DPI is, do you know, it could be 100 actually, but then they will never really, yeah, because we're doing in step size. Yeah, whatever, fuck it. We'll just put it to 100. That'll be fine. All right, and then another check we need to do: if custom DPI is greater than maximum, the maximum DPI is actually 12,000. So that's the max the sensor supports, max DPI. Then custom, so this is just kind of clamping the values, max DPI. Now, in theory, this should work, and we should be able to kind of process these. Now, another cool thing we could do if this had more buttons is we could print the current DPI as such. That would have been pretty cool, I think. But we are kind of running out of buttons though, because or do you know what? We could technically just fucking write it anyway. So, whatever. Pointing device. Well, actually, just fucking copy this thing. So, right. This will be custom DPI, like so. So yeah, in theory that should work. What I wanted to do was I want to send string, but it's gonna be a little bit tricky to send this variable. Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna try it anyway. We probably need a new kind of function. So C append int to char to string or whatever. Yeah, this sort of thing that we need. All right. Yeah, you see the way you need like fucking buffers and all this shit. So and I'm pretty sure sn printf is not even here anyway. So yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a pain doing this shit in C. We could do strcat actually. That would be, you know, fuck it. I don't care that much. I don't care to print it out. Yeah, because like this thing isn't using kind of standard fucking C. It's using micro whatever. So yeah, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, either way, fuck it. So let's print this guy out. Hopefully it compiles. All right, yeah. So looks like the code is compiling just fine. So come on, get out. Okay. Right. So now it should be 400. Let me actually just go into this cam here. So as you can see, it spins like this. But now if I were to increase this by a good bit, so it's increasing 200 at a time, and yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's like moving very fast now. And if I were to decrease it all the way down, just kind of spam it a ton. Okay, why didn't that go down? Did I fuck something up? I don't think so. So this should decrease it, but it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna reset it to default. Okay, so resetting it to default works. So yeah, there's probably some weird thing here. So yeah, up works. Okay, that works by a lot for some reason. That should not be that should not be this fucking jarring. Yeah, okay, so there is something wrong in the functionality. Okay, that is fine. Right, okay, so yeah, there is something wrong here. Not sure what could be though. Because step size is 200. Custom DPI. Actually, do you know what? Ah, I know what it is. Well, maybe I do, maybe I don't, I don't know. But anyway, when we set this to 400, we also want to set custom DPI to 400. So that should reset everything. Let me try compile that. Oh yeah, wait, you guys didn't see what the fuck I did. Sorry, guys. So yeah, here, what I did was I just added this here. So custom DPI 400 at the end here, so that to reset it, because this variable is kind of our own. So let me flash that thing. Mount this thing. All right. Here we go. All right, let's go back into this cam here. So yeah, I'm gonna try increase it twice. Okay, let me increase it a little bit more. Okay, yeah, so it is going up. But then if I were to decrease it, all the way down. So there is a bit of overflowing going on by the looks of it. Because I was decreasing it down. Yeah. Okay. So, right, we need to do a bit more functionality. Or a bit more checking here because it's underflowing and it's going to the maximum value. So yeah, if I were to decrease a little bit more, yeah, it should start decreasing. Well, okay, I think it's actually just a problem with decreasing. Oh no, yeah, that is very slow. Yeah, that is quite... Okay. And then if I were to go down once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So yeah, see how slow that is? Then once more. Oh yeah, that's very slow. And once more. Okay, yeah, so yeah, we're definitely overflowing. Okay, that is fine. Yeah, so what's happening here is I'll fucking show you guys in the code is what's happening here because this thing is an unsigned integer, right? It doesn't have negative values. So what's happening here is if I'm going down, if this custom DPI value is 100 right now, if it's 100, and if we do minus step size, which is 200, we are going to get minus 200, but since minus 200 doesn't exist, it goes up to the maximum this thing allows, which is like a couple of million, but then luckily it clamps it down. So at least that's safe, but yeah. So what we need to check before we do this check actually is, yeah, we actually need to kind of set this thing differently. Yeah, so up is always safe, right? So this is what we're gonna do. If up is always safe, so we're gonna split this out a little bit. I just was trying to be fancy, but it didn't fucking work out. So yeah, this is always safe. It's always safe because we clamp it here at the end, so that's fine. Now, on the other hand, down is not safe. So here, what we need to do is we need to check. We need to do some sort of a check to prevent this thing from going into negative, which is actually quite tricky with these because we can't do, yeah, we just can't do like we need to do something special. So I'm just thinking of how to do it. So right, we have yeah, actually what we can do is if custom DPI is if it is less than or equal to step size, yeah. Yeah, so what this will do is this will check if what we're on now is like or actually yeah, I think this will work. So if it's less or equal to step size, we actually don't want to do anything. So don't want to underflow. Right, yeah, we don't want to underflow here. So do nothing. In this case, what we can do is we can actually just reverse this thing. So if this thing is greater or equal to step size, actually, if it's just greater than step size, I think that will be fine. Then we can do custom DPI is equal to custom DPI minus step size. Well, in this case, we can just do minus equals step size. Then in this case, we can just do plus equals step size. So this just kind of tidies it up a little bit. It does the exact same fucking thing. Yeah, so otherwise we just kind of ignore this fucking function and do nothing. And then we can delete this function as well. Oh yeah, don't forget your semicolons here, like so. Okay, so this should crank it up. Whereas in this case, yeah, since the minimum DPI is 100, I realistically think we should do 100 here as well. But to be honest, would I ever use 100? I don't think so. So, yeah, 200 would be kind of the minimum thing that we need to do. And this kind of tidies up the math a little bit as well. So yeah, this should prevent underflowing. And so let's give that a go and see how it works. Let's flash that bad boy. All right, so yeah, we're on 400 now. So if I were to decrease this once, it should go to 200. And it should stay at 200. If I were to decrease it again, yeah, there we go. Perfect. So I'm spamming decrease, and it's always staying at maximum or minimum 200. So it's no longer overflowing to the maximum value. Then here, if I were to spam the top, so if I keep spamming the top a little bit, we should eventually reach the maximum value here. And so yeah, that's grand. All right. So then if I were to keep spamming the bottom one, keep spamming it. So yeah, since we have 12,000 steps, or okay, so here we go. We went down to the base. So let's see how. So we have 12,000 maximum DPI, and we are dividing by 100. Okay. Oh no, wait. We're dividing by 200. Okay, so we have a maximum of 60 steps. That is a bit too much, I think. 60 fucking steps. So you have to click the button 60 fucking times to get to fucking to get to 12,000. So what we can do in this case is the following. So step size, we can actually multiply the step size depending on where we are. So check this out. So uint 16t step is equal to step size, and we are going to use step instead, right? And then I suppose if custom DPI is greater than, let's say, so if we were to get to 5000 DPI, right? That's 25 steps, okay. So let's go to like 2000, yeah. So if custom DPI is greater than, let's say 2000, all right? What we want to do is we want to set the step size to 500. So that way it will go up. Right. And then else if custom DPI is greater than, let's say, I don't know, let's say 5000. Yeah, because if I'm going up in steps of 500, yeah, so that's 10 steps to get to get from 2000 to 500. That's 10 steps. So in this case, we might want to do like, yeah, you know, 5000 is fine. In this case, we want to do step is equal to 1000. So after 5000, we're going to go up in steps of 1000. And it'll should work by going down as well. But yeah, then this case, to get to 12,000, it would only take a couple of steps more. So yeah, instead of 120 steps, it should take, let's see. Yeah, we can actually do the math for this thing. So, so up to 2000. Oops. So up to 2000 in steps of 100, it's gonna take 20 steps, which is actually a bit ridiculous now that I think about it. So let's actually do 15,000 or 1,500, I mean. Right. So in this case, after 1,500, it should take 15 steps to get here. Then in steps of 500, so we're going to be doing steps of 500 from 15,000 to 5,000. So yeah, let's actually kind of document this actually. So increase step size as we go further down. So from 200 to 1,500, we need to do, yeah, so from 200, yeah, instead of, well, yeah, so it would actually be 1,400. So yeah, we would need to do 14 steps. We need to do 14 steps from 1,500 to 5,000. So this is 5,000 minus 1,500. This is 3,500. So 3,500 divided by 500, right? Because we're going up in steps of 500. We'll need to do 7 steps. We need to do 7 steps. And then from 5,000 to 12,000, we need to do. So if we take away 12,000 from 5,000, we get 7,000, and then 7,000 divided by 1,000 is going to be 7 steps again, like so. So this is what I'm trying to do. So overall, we need to do, so this is 28 steps from 200 to 12,000, whereas without this, we would need to do 120. Wait, was it 100? No, wait. It was 12,000 divided by 200. But yeah, we need to do 60. We will need to do 60 steps. Yeah, because we're going up in steps of 20, I forgot. Okay, yeah. So yeah, 28 steps is better than 60 steps. Yeah. All right, so let's see if this functionality works. So let me just exit this thing. And let me flash this thing. Oh shit. What happened here? Okay, looks like I fucked up in the naming. Unin. Oh yeah. An idiot. There we go. Alright, well, good thing our pie already mounted though. So yeah. And there we go. Now we are back. So now we only need to do 28 steps. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's already fast. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 15, 16, 17, 18. So yeah, it goes up way faster. 19, 20, 21. So yeah, this should be the max speed now. And it is the max speed. And then down. So to get down to a reasonable amount, we need to do let's see, we need to do 20 clicks. So let's try that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I did 20 clicks, and yeah, now we're down to fairly reasonable amount. And if we do like 5 more clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, we should be down to fairly slow. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's pretty handy thing that I just created here. Cause yeah, cause like what I find is it's kind of weird. If you go between different operating systems, right? Like on macOS, on Windows, on another fucking shit, the DPI that you need to use kind of changes for some reason. And I do use the 3 different operating systems. So I use Linux for well, as you can see, I'm using Linux right now. Then I use Windows for gaming, watching movies, because HDR. And then I use Mac for work, because I have no other option. So yeah, that is how it is. Alright, so yeah, there's some boys calling me for some fucking reason. Let me just put on Do Not Disturb mode for a second here. Okay, it ignored Do Not Disturb mode for some reason on my phone. But whatever. I'm just gonna put the phone kind of away. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, so anyway, here's a nice way to kind of manage your DPI. Now, unfortunately, this isn't going to save. Well, we can make it save into the program memory, but I don't want to. So fuck that. But yeah, that's fine. I mean, you start off with 400, and then, you know, you can kind of fine tune it nicely. So yeah. Oh yeah, another thing that I want to do is I want to mess around with the scrolling distance. So yeah, we already created a config for it here. So what I want to do is I want to see what the fuck this difference is, right? So yeah, because right now the scrolling, I don't know, it's all right. It's not bad. Then in the terminal, the scrolling could be slower. So what I'm gonna try is, shit, where'd it go? I'm gonna try set this to 1 and see what happens. Or increase it. Because what I want to do is I want to get where it's like 1 line. Because right now, it's not really 1 line. It's like a lot with the single kind of scroll. So let's see how that works. All right, so mount this guy. All right. Okay, so, okay. That sped up scrolling. That did the opposite. All right, this did the opposite. What the fuck? It made the scrolling way faster. Do you know what? It actually made it fucking smoother. That made the scrolling a lot fucking smoother. What the fuck? But yeah, it's kind of difficult to use right now. So yeah, let's put this. So it was 8 before. Let me change it to 5. Because I want it to be a little bit smoother, but not as mad smooth. All right. So let's try out the scrolling here now again. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Now what I want to do is I want to minimize the lines. Because as you can see right now, if I were to scroll once, it's gonna scroll up like 4 or 5 lines, which isn't great. Yeah. However, yeah, so it scrolls up like maybe 3 lines. So I wonder if there's a way to change that. So we're going to pointing device, right? There is a lot of shit here that we can change. What the fuck is this? Actually, what the fuck is this? I don't know. Anyway, there is like, there should be something. Actually, do you know, it could be in the OS. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's probably in the OS. That makes more sense. Yeah, so Linux configure scroll lines. No, not the scroll back. No. Let's configure scroll wheel hour something, I don't know. The scroll speed maybe. Let's see if we can actually find something here. So if we search for speed, sets the clock speed. Scroll divisor. That's the clock again. Regulator, joystick, no. No, it's not it. No, that's the clock, don't need that. Speed, yeah, so, Okay, so yeah, nothing really here. Actually, scroll steps, maybe. Scrolling distance. Yeah, that makes sense. Scrolling distance. Let's see if we can find distance. Distance. Okay, lift off distance, we don't need that. Tap distance, swipe, consecutive, scroll initial distance. No, that's not it as well. Lift off, no. Okay, so there's no kind of distance as well. Yeah, it's kind of hard to... Linux mouse set scroll lines or something. We can try doing... Yes, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to scroll by only one line instead of three. Linux scroll, Linux mouse, scroll by one line or something like that. What the hell is going on with the network? Yes, this thing, something like that. Smooth scrolling. Oh, I guess it's actually based in the I guess it's based per application, maybe? Yeah, let's see. Let's actually see, because in this thing, we do have preferences, right? Settings. So if we do scroll, the height of the scroll bar, controls, let's enable smooth scrolling. Let's see what if that did anything. No, it still like goes up by like 3 lines or something. Yeah, so it goes up by like 3 or 4. So I wonder if I just search for like 4. If I search for it on its own. Ah, maybe. So they are multiplying something by 4. Let's see. But this is an encoder though, so not probably not what we want. Yeah, I don't think that's what we want anyway. So yeah, mouse wheel scroll amount. Let's see if there's like a scroll amount. What the fuck is this? No, that's not what we want. Let's actually search for VS Code. VS Code mouse wheel scroll amount. Yeah, something like this. Value of 0.5. We'll give you one line. Okay. Find the setting. Okay. So, this thing. Ah, shit. Let me actually... yeah, there we go. Okay. So, we should be able to just shove it in here. I just want to see if this fucking thing works. As expected. So, yeah, we have an editor thing here. Okay. Yeah, so this needs to be a... this thing. And then if I do... what did this guy say? So 0.45. Okay. 0.45. And then if I were to go into something like this. Oh yeah, nice. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately this is based per application. But yeah. Yeah, but now it like scrolls one line at a time. Okay. So I guess this thing just listens for scroll inputs and then it decides whatever you want to scroll. Now, I am actually using Kitty, so in theory, Kitty scroll wheel or something like that. Yeah, Kitty config. Now, we should have, yeah, mouse actions. Is there like a scroll back? No, not scroll back lines. So let's see. Let's see what other shite is here. Like there's scroll bar buffer, but there isn't really anything else. Okay. Kitty scroll wheel. Scroll wheel multiplier. Okay. So there is some multiplier here. So if I said in config, okay, cool. So if we were to go into a new kind of kitty fucking thing, so vim.config kitty conf. Now what did he say this thing is? So wheel scroll multiplier. Okay, wheel. Okay, so we don't have anything like that. Okay, fine. So we can do this thing. Wheel scroll multiplier equals 1. Save that. Okay, I might need to restart it. But then if I just, I don't know, cs or cat temp git QMK firmware, see what kind of shit do we have. Yeah, makefile will do fine. Okay, so then if we were to scroll, oh nice, nice. Okay, so yeah, now it scrolls by one line, and then obviously since I have the trackball, it's very easy to scroll multiple lines. Okay, so unfortunately this is going to be an OS config rather than a firmware config, which I was hoping for. But either way, it's fucking fine. So I think we customized pretty much fucking everything that we need, which is pretty good. So if we do a nice git status, yeah, we can add this stuff. Oops, git add, like so. So that's the only thing that we changed inside here. Yeah, we didn't really change anything outside of the thing, so that's good. So yeah, this is our custom fucking thing. We can have all this shit, all that shit. I'm quite happy how this shit turned out. It's gonna be quite handy. Yeah. So yeah, overall pretty good. Fairly minimal configs required, but yeah, that is pretty good. Yeah, so I'm gonna commit this. So git commit. So add custom layout with incremental API changes. Something like that, you know, something cool. So then if I were to push this, it's gonna ask me to push this like this. Gonna do that. Okay. So if you guys wanna see these changes, right? I will leave this in the description, but what you wanna do is you wanna go over to my QMK fork, and for the tree, what you wanna do is you wanna use rtsu, then it'll be Ploody Adept. I am pretty sure, and yeah, there it is. So you will see my last commit here, and there it is. Add custom shit, and you should see all of the changes that I did, which was just, you know, the 2 files. So yeah, you can just copy these if you want. So yeah, right, cool stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Quite pleased with this, with what I achieved here today. So yeah, I'll see you at the next episode. Bye bye.